I'm freaking terrified and I'm doing it. I made a decision that completely changed and flipped my life upside down in the happiest way imaginable. This is the video for you. If you're on the edge of the cliff of making such a big decision, here's my best pieces of advice and heartfelt encouragement from my own journey since quitting my full-time job 3 years ago to travel abroad. Let's get into it. Life happens. Whether you are steering the wheel or you're in the passenger seat, time is going to pass you by. To this day, that's probably still one of my biggest, not regrets, but things that I struggle with in terms of consistency and keeping myself accountable for doing the things that I want. If you've been waiting to find the right time to do anything, if that is quit your full-time job, if it's pursue a new career, if it's to move to a new city, if it's to break up with your boyfriend, whatever it is, I know it seems so scary thinking of making that decision today, but the best time to do that is right now. To decide on the steps to take to make the future look like what you want it to look like, how you want to live your life, the person that you want to become, everything that you need to make changes to in order to get there. Right now, today is the best time to start making those choices. If you think to yourself, if I make this decision in 2 months, in a year, in 3 years, in 10 years, is it gonna matter? Is it gonna have shaped my life? These things can help me think of, oh my gosh, I don't wanna have this regret. I don't wanna wait another 2 years before I quit. I want to do it now. I wanna do it as soon as possible. So forward thinking in terms of if I made this decision, would I be happy? Or if I didn't make this choice, would I be okay with that? This is something that my mom has told us since we were little kids, and it is honestly so true. There are so many ways to make the world go round. I feel in the past couple years, especially since COVID, that's really kind of been picked apart and broken down a little bit more. Your life can be so different than others, and that is a great and beautiful thing. You don't need to fit in one little box in order to feel successful, to feel happy. Because if you know you're in this box and you really want to be here, I support you being here, outside of that box. I could not be more proud of my younger self for taking that leap to just quit. Decide this is it, I'm putting in my notice today and it's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. It is not the end of the world. I know that it is so easy to get so wrapped up in all your responsibilities, all of your team members counting on you, your clients, your to-do list. It gets so overwhelming. It grows and grows and grows and grows. And seems like, okay, I could never quit because I have all of these things that I'm in charge of, which of course that is true. That's amazing that you've worked hard, you've gotten where you are. And still, that is just a part of who you are, a part of your life. That is not your life. Making the decision to take charge of what you want to do if you're unhappy where you are now is one of the most important things that you can dedicate yourself to doing. The unknown seems so scary and like this big dark tunnel that you are stuck in with just a little match. You can soon turn that match into lighting a lantern here, a pathway here. Pretty soon, this big dark scary tunnel will be lit up with these beautiful glowing lights of choices that you've made, illuminating the right path for you forward. No matter what you're working towards, start creating a plan for how to get there. If you're gonna quit your job, decide how much money you would need to save up and what you feel comfortable with. Depending on what country you're going to, you need to apply for a visa, you need to get shots. Decide how long you want to travel for, how long you want to be in a new place for. Do you want to try it out for a couple weeks, a couple of months? Do you want to hop around, stay in one place? Having all of these things kind of planned out can be really helpful to make this seemingly huge unknown thing become a lot more broken down into steps to get you there. I'm not one to talk on making plans, as our first year abroad, my best friend and I only had one Airbnb booked in London for 3 weeks, and that was it. The rest of the 6 months, made it up as we went, and it worked out so well. Obviously, since then, we've changed our ways a little bit, but still to this day, just a week ago, we decided that we were going to Croatia and Montenegro for the first time because why not? It's funny because I actually just got a Snapchat notification. Yes, a Snapchat notification. That 3 years ago, I was telling my best friends that it was the day I was putting in my notice at work. And I remember calling my boss and being literally petrified. I was so grateful that I did not have to do it in person and that I was still remote and we could do it over the phone. But it was still such a scary moment at the time before I hit call. But once it was done and I hung up the phone, a wave of anxiety had left my body. I had done it. The scariest part was over. I did it. And everything else was going to fall into place from there. The life experiences that I have gained while traveling the world the past 3 years are just insurmountable. I could not be more thankful for leaning into the unknown because it's a billion times better than I could have ever expected it to be, and I knew it was going to be great. Still surpasses my expectations every single day. And I know that if you have that feeling in your heart too, it's meant to be something really wonderful for you. Also, hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Gabriella and I am so happy that you're watching this video. If this title resonated with you, me too. Me too. For a bit of backstory, I was working full-time in New York City, loved my coworkers, my job was a lot of fun, there was constantly stuff going on. COVID hit, as we all know, the world shut down, a lot of us worked from home. So I moved back to Arizona, worked remotely for several years, until I finally had the courage that today was the day, it's now, and I'm doing it. I'm trying hard this year to keep myself accountable to sharing some of our incredible travels with you. I would love if you stick around and hit that subscribe button. I was so scared and nervous to tell my bosses that I was gonna quit my job. I didn't really know what to say. I didn't really want to tell them the real reason why I was quitting. Wanted to keep those travel plans honestly to myself, to my family that knew about it, and my best friend and I that were going. I had felt it growing in me that I was really ready for a change, but I kind of pushed it down, ignored it, worked even harder because I never really found the right time to put my notice in. It finally came to a point where I realized this is when it was going to be made in order for the rest of my life to happen as I wanted it to, as best as I could plan. I ended up staying for 4 weeks after giving my notice to really give my company enough time to fill my position, finish up all of my tasks, transfer all of my media contacts, my projects, everything that I was owning over to the next person, and really give them time so that I wasn't just peace out. Life is hard sometimes. Big decisions are super scary, even if you know it's the right thing for you to do. Give yourself that grace of forgiveness and time and just clean air. It's gonna work out. Trust yourself. You know what you're doing. This is for you. Make that choice. Make the decision. Honor it. If nobody else agrees with you, that's really kind of but it is not their life to control. It is not their happiness that they're living every day. It's yours. And that really makes the big difference, I feel, in pushing you to do something. If you're in the midst of a burnout, I feel for you. It is so hard. You will get through it. I went through a long period of burnout that was honestly so mentally and emotionally draining and taxing. I'd never experienced something like that before. That was really hard to kind of chug through, but I did. I felt like just having little bits of things that made me feel sane or comforted at the end of the day, no matter like how silly or childish they were to anyone else, literally does not matter. Make your heart happier. Little things will help you get out of it and keep your head on a little bit easier, a little bit lighter. So I'm so sorry if you're going through that right now. Knowing in your heart that you're following the path that's meant for you, regardless of what anybody else says, that is what is going to keep you foot in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot to get you there. I am so lucky that I did have the support from my family before I even started, when this was just a little inkling in my mind. They really, really supported me in what I wanted to do, believed that I could do it, were really there for the emotional support that I needed, which was huge. However, if you do not have that, you can still make those decisions. Honestly, strangers these days on the internet, there are so many beautiful communities online of people doing similar things that are feeling the same, asking advice, sharing their stories that will support you. And I hope to be one of those people for you, help guide you on your path and encourage you to please, please, please believe in those dreams. Don't be too hard on yourself and just freaking go for it. This is our 3rd world tour as best friends who quit our full-time jobs to travel. I have not had more fun getting to explore so many new countries, cities, cultures, meeting these incredible people from all over the world. The experience and confidence gained, we're so passionate about it. My life has changed for the greater 1,000,000 times over. I am always bopping around, which falls in line that I'm at an Airbnb right now recording this video. Chances are I'll never be recording in the same place, which I could not be happier about. I absolutely love that. Speaking of, if you are curious how many Airbnbs we've stayed in, it's honestly probably close to like, I think maybe 100, which is crazy. I have a whole video about my tips for booking the best Airbnbs because we have had some doozies, let me tell you that. I think it's really easy for us to trick ourselves in our heads to feeling that comfortability is where you need to stay, when in reality, pushing yourself out of that comfort zone, while terrifying, literally can completely change your life and really be what you need to grow as a person. I know that since I made that decision, I have changed
like 600 times.
I am nowhere near the same person that I was even last year. And that has all happened because I made that really scary choice that has ended up being the most beautiful choice and one of the ones I am the most thankful for in my entire life. If you are on your road to change, let this be the video that you needed to see to encourage you. I am fully supporting you, so please tell me in the comments what you're working towards, what you want to do, what your dreams are. I would literally love to support you and just be a little bit of encouragement that you need. You really can do it, and your life is going to change for the better. I'm so proud of you. Can't wait to see you in the next video, and good luck. You've got this. All the love. If you're interested in our Airbnb horror stories, let me know, because I've got time to tell you those. That's a whole nother video. You can always get another job. You can always start somewhere new. If you hate it, that's okay. It is okay. It's not the end of the world. This is not your one job, your one purpose. Truly, at the end of the day, your happiness, second to none, my friend, second to none. And go live those dreams, baby.